AdultTalk, a podcast by AdultWork.
Hello, everybody, and welcome one more time to our beautiful Adult Talk, a podcast by AdultWork. I'm very happy to be here today. We have a very special guest, but I'm here with Aurora Bella. How are you doing today?
Hello, Juan. Actually, I'm very happy today because it's been a few days since our last live session episode. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's been, we didn't do live for about 2 weeks, I think, was it?
Yeah, it's
2 weeks?
for about a week, I think 1.5.
And we were missing you guys. So if it's your first time here, remember, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, become part of the family. And of course, leave your comments, mention here is share. Sharing is caring. So share the podcast to your audience as well. Because today we have a very, very special guest. She's an adult content creator, a webcam model, Bonnie Rose, and I'm gonna bring her to the stage. Give me 1 second, and we are here. Let me just switch this around. Hello, how are you? Welcome.
Hello, thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure. Thank you so much for being here with us today. I'm sure you're gonna have a great time, and it'll be very, very nice. So for everybody listening to us, you can leave your questions to her as well. She can reply here to you guys. My first question to you is, how long have you been in the industry?
So without a break, this would have been my 20th year in the industry.
Okay. And
I started in the industry at age 18.
All right. Okay. What, 18? So what did you work anything before or were you a model or a dancer?
I was a hairdresser.
Hairdresser.
And mom.
Okay. And how did you find out 20 years ago? How did you find out about the adult industry? I mean, how did you start?
I was spotted by a photographer who shot for the top shelf magazines, and he gave me his card, asked me to come do some photos, and it went from there. Straight away I got into the top shelf magazines. I did a few other magazines like Zoo. Do you remember that one?
Yep.
The paper, and then it progressed onto babe shows and adult work as well. So, and then eventually I progressed into doing hardcore.
Okay. So for streaming in specific, do you remember let's say your first time that you stream for webcam?
The first time webcamming, yeah, I do. So once I'd been in the having photos and photo shoots and stuff for a little while,
yeah,
there was a photographer that I was particularly close to. I used to help out in his studio as well, because I used to do admin and stuff for him, just as an extra little thing. And he was the one that actually introduced me to adult work, because he'd help. He knew obviously loads of different models. And I remember sitting there speaking to him, and he's like, "Well, why don't you give webcamming a try?" And I was like, "Oh God, no, that's scary."
Okay.
And it's like, no, you'd be brilliant. He was like, because you never shut up, so like you'd be fantastic at it. And I was like, I don't know. And this was obviously years ago, so it's a little bit different. The site hasn't changed that much, to be fair. It still does all the same things. I think obviously the way it works is a little bit more updated, isn't it? But it obviously more updated, but it's not really changed. So it's like you can create a whole business on this site. And I was like, right, okay, let's look at it. So I remember the first time we set it all up, and the first time I went on, and I was just sat there like that. I was like, oh, it's a bit scary. But then people started like coming on and asking me questions, and I was like, once I get into it and I just start talking, I forget what I'm doing, me. So I was just like, "Oh, right, great."
Basically, it was not what you were expecting, because
No,
before I start to Exactly. Before you start doing the webcam, you expect to be something completely different. And I'm saying this because a lot of models that we interviewed before, they have said this to us the same thing. Like they were expecting something completely out of the ordinary, and they go there and they were like, "Whoa, this was not what I expected." Because they are in a safe environment,
Yeah.
they can turn off anybody that they don't like,
Mhm.
and they felt very welcome by the
Yeah.
client.
It is good as well because the more you're on, the more you speak to people and you get people that come back regularly and they kind of end up being your friends. Like I took
All
a
right.
break from the industry for about 6 years and I came back last year. And when I set up a new adult work profile, because obviously I deleted the old one. When I set
Yeah.
up the new one, there were people that came into my room to speak to me and they were like, "Oh my god, where have you been?" And I was like, "Well, I'm back now." And it was lovely. It was like speaking to old friends, like catching up with them and seeing how they'd been, and they were asking what I'd been up to, and it was really, really nice. And you do get people that are so lovely like that, you know, and it's like talking to your friends every day, but you get paid for it, you know.
That's the perfect combination. The perfect
Yeah,
combo. So
exactly.
that's very interesting. That's what you said. So you took a break from the industry for 6 years. What,
Yes.
what what did you do? Did you work in other things? What did
Yes.
you do?
Well, I was settled down. But I went into working in the hospital. I wanted to try and do my nursing. So I ended up just being a HCA in the end. I never got the nursing done. But I liked, it was one thing that I'd always wanted to do. I wanted to step away from the industry. I wanted to see, because at that point in time, I'd had certain things that I'd starred in, like movies and stuff, that had gone really, really big,
Yep.
massive. And I found, like, in my late 20s that I found it a little bit difficult, I'm not gonna lie. It was a little bit like too much. Do you know what I mean? So I thought I
Yeah,
would
yeah.
step away. I stepped away to settle down initially, and I went into working in the hospital, which I
All right.
love. I really like looking after people. Do you know what? And this is going to sound really, really weird, but I'm the kind of person that I like to make sure people are okay and I like to look after people, right? So working in the hospital, you get to look after people, but you also listen to people. You listen to the problems, you listen to them when they're upset. And I'm not, this sounds weird, but webcamming is kind of the same. I mean, I know it's different than working in a hospital because you're not like helping people get off in the hospital, but but you
You're
still
getting the
get people
stories.
that come onto cam that cannot express certain things in their real life. Like they can't express these feelings and these urges and things that they have. So you become kind of a therapist, like a kind of an escape for this person. Do you know what I mean? So it's kind of the
Yeah, yeah.
same kind of level. I like doing that for people. I like giving them that free space to be themselves.
And
You
you
know?
keep them company, which
Yeah.
I think it's pretty important because when they need it, you are there for them.
Yeah, there's a lot of lonely people in the world. And like I say as well, people that are not lonely, that have amazing lives and amazing families or whatever, but they can't express a certain side to them that they want to, and that builds up inside. And obviously I'm not speaking about anything illegal or anything like that, but there's certain urges, like say for instance you have people that like sort of pegging, or they have a certain fetish, like where they like to watch, or they have this fetish in their head where they like to watch they would like to watch their wife be fucked by someone else, but obviously they can't do that with their wife, so they would bring that to you and you would act out that fantasy. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
it's a way of release for people, which means they can then go back to their lives as a happier person because they've had that release. And that's one thing that I really enjoy about it, being the
Yeah,
safe
amazing.
place for someone.
What made you want to come back to the industry?
Originally, it was I had begun webcamming again, just for money, basically. And also my own confidence, because while I wasn't in the industry, my confidence had took a massive dip from something that I'd been through relationship wise. And then when I came back on the cams, I started, people recognized me more than I ever thought that they would. And yeah, I just thought, you know what, I love it, I'm gonna go back properly. So I've been back over a year now, and I'm really, really enjoying it.
So when you came back, you had it as your side job, right?
Yes, at first, yeah.
At
I was
first, yeah.
working
Then I
nights in
guess
the hospital, and then I was coming home and webcamming as well.
so. You realized that this is the job you really want to do, and then you quit your hospital job, and then you came full time in the adult industry.
Yes. Yeah. Well, you've got more freedom. This is another thing that I love about it. Like, I've got the freedom now where I don't have to book a day off work if my kid's got something on at school that I need to go to. I don't need to, like, worry about getting people to pick the kids up from school for me because I've got a 12-hour shift, or, I can work the hours that I can work, and you can build your own little routine with it. And that is the best thing about it. I don't have to go out to work. I can be here for my kids full time and still work full time and earn better money.
And the question that a lot of model actually have when they decide to go and start working full time is if they actually can survive out of it and make money. So of course you don't need to disclose your earnings, but does a model who put the work in can make money? Because we might have a model watching you now live or this video after and thinking, I would like to start as well and do like Bonnie. Would I make good money? Do you make good money out of working in the industry?
I do. And I know a hell of a lot of women that do, but it takes work. It's not just a case of going on and dilly-dallying around and doing nothing. You've got to actually sit there and think. And, at first, even for me, being so known in the industry, it was a little bit slow to start because I wasn't doing all the things that I needed to do to make sure that it works as a whole. So there's certain things that you need to do. You need to be using every feature on the site, or as many as the features as you can and that you're comfortable with. Like, I've only recently started using the blog feature, but I've found I'm doing a blog about the start from me right at the start of my career going up until now. I'm literally only at the beginning at the minute. I'm on blog number 3, but I'm really enjoying writing the blogs. It's kind of like a release for me as well, because it's like everyone asks me these questions all the time, and it's like, right, it's all on here. If we want to know the answer to that question, go read that blog. But using the blog, I've really enjoyed, and that's just another feature. And I've noticed that since I've started using the blog, it's bringing in more people. So there's little things on the site that you need to be making the most of the features that are offered, and you need to be setting it out. So I've started setting regular times when I'm online, so people know that you're online at certain set times, and then they get used to that. Obviously you can jump on it anytime you want, but I find if you treat it like a business and you set things out properly, like it's a job, treat it like a job, because it is, but have fun with it. But if you treat it like a job, then you'll start to earn and it'll start to build up, and you've got to keep going. Like, you're going to have bad days. Everyone has bad days. I have days where I don't, sometimes I'll go on, I'm like, God, it's quiet today. And then I'll think, but I haven't done that, and I haven't uploaded any new images for a while. And do you know what I mean? So you've got to make sure you keep on top of it, and then it'll run smoothly.
The process much more professional.
Yes, take it make it professional, make it into a job.
You like
Set
to be
yourself targets
consistent.
as well. Sorry, what was
Actually,
that?
And you like to be consistent, right? Because you said you have your specific hours because you know your customers will be in there at that time waiting for you.
Yeah. Consistency is the most important thing. I mean, I have loads of help from a couple of amazing ladies that are on the site anyway, that I'm part of a group with. And they're absolutely amazing. So when I obviously first started, and I've had like really bad down days and stuff where I thought, oh, it's not working, like, you know, because everyone has quiet days, and they're there to like boost me up, and they're like, come on, you can do this. And yeah, so that works really well. But consistency is the key to all of it. And
that's very good.
utilizing the site features.
That's a pro tip for you guys. So if you're watching us the first time, remember, smash the like button. You will find on the description of the video links to Tony's socials as well. And yeah, keep engaging. Remember, the more you engage with us, the more we create. So on this all this year that you've been involved in the industry,
Yeah.
regarding, let's say, support, like if a model starts today now, sometimes holding her back is support, will be able to tell her friends, her family. What was that process for you? Because you said you start very early, like
Yeah, I
you're
was
eight.
really young.
What was that process for you?
For me, there was no process with my family. They
Okay.
just knew. My family were really, really supportive. There was no issues whatsoever. I kind of always expressed the fact that I wanted to be like a glamour model and stuff like that anyway. So they were like, oh, that's just what she's like. You know, my mum used to call me a free spirit. So there was no issues with my family, as they were really supportive.
Amazing.
As long as I was happy. But one thing I would say is just be honest. Like, just be completely honest with them. One thing, I was always completely honest with my family. I never lied to them or tried to hide the fact that I was doing something and make it look like it's something else. Just be honest. That the worst they can do is be angry with you, but at the end of the day, if they're your family and they love you, they'll calm down. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
At the
I
end of the day, they don't pay your fucking bills for you. You do. You're a
Exactly.
grown up. You've got to pay your own bills. You've got to make your own money. And in the climate that we're in today, like, it's April's coming soon and everything's going up again. Like, some people can barely afford to like feed themselves, never mind if they've got kids or anything. So it really doesn't matter what people think. As long as you're paying your bills, you're in a safe environment, then it doesn't matter. Just do it. Do what you want to do.
Yeah. And again, also with all these years that you have been, I'm sure you have had crazy requests from clients. Do you have any requests that you can share with us that was out of the ordinary, was extraordinary, if you know what I mean?
Yeah, I have one guy. I don't really like talking about him, but I know he won't. I know this one won't mind, because he gets me to wear a snorkel mask with a snorkel, and he likes me to squirt in a bucket in the bathroom and then pour it over my head with the snorkel mask on.
Yeah,
That's
that's what a crazy request is.
Yeah,
Like you said, but you know what? It's like what you said
I like it though. It's a
before.
good laugh, you know.
It's a good laugh, exactly. So what you said before, that some people they see this as a escape route, and
Yeah,
they do things that they are not able to do in their normal life, and they
yeah,
go there also to have fun and enjoy themselves.
yeah.
And but do
And it's
you
a
put
release for them.
a release,
So then they
exactly?
go back to their wives and they're happier, you know?
Exactly. So do you have boundaries, or
Yeah.
depends of prices, depends what they pay, depends what they ask, is what you do?
I have boundaries. There's certain things that I will not entertain. Not a lot. Obviously, within legal boundaries as well.
Yeah.
I will never be a different age. But to be fair, and no poo. That's
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
But like, what? There's not really much else.
Everything else is good to go. You go with the flow.
I get a lot of people now. I'm older. It was completely different when I was younger, but now I'm older. I get a lot of people who want me to play the stepmom role.
Okay.
The MILF role, you know.
All right.
Um,
Do you most of
I
the
like being
time
the
when you are
boss.
streaming, that most of the time that you are streaming, do you role play or you are yourself a lot of
I'm
time?
myself. Even if I am role playing, I can't help but be myself.
Okay.
I can role play, but I'm still quite a very dominant person. The biggest role playing for me is being submissive,
Right.
which I do actually enjoy. You know, it's if I get a really dominant guy, I really do enjoy being submissive now and again, because a lot of the time I get people wanting me to be very dominant. So sometimes if you wanna come and make me be submissive, then please do, because I enjoy it.
And regarding, I see you use your socials as well in order to promote yourself. Do you use all the social? What's the main socials platform that you use? X mainly.
X mainly, yeah. Instagram, which I actually find, even though my new Instagram account, because I've been deleted a few times, is quite small. If every time I kind of put my link on there, I get quite a few people coming through.
Right.
So X and Instagram are the main ones for promotion. I probably don't promote my cam as much as I should, which is something that I am changing. And that's one of the little things, you know, when I said you've got to treat it as a job and get a consistent thing going. That's one of the things that has been added to my new consistency list. So make sure I'm promoting myself a lot more when I'm on.
Do you create content as well? So like you create videos and stuff like that in order to live on the platform? Because it's a good way of passive income, right?
Yes, it is. And it doesn't matter what you like doing either. I mean, there's a lot of women that are on that come into doing cams and they don't want to shoot with other people. There's nothing wrong with that. There is so many things. Like obviously I shoot hardcore stuff, but there's so many different things you can do on your own. Like there's different themes. You can have a different theme each week. You can just do little teasing videos, joy videos, degradation videos where like people like to be told off. You can find your own little niche as well with that, and it's really fun. And like if you just set it like where you can do shower videos, there's so many different things you can do on your own. You've just got to find the ideas and then make sure you just do your set times. Say to yourself, right, I'm going to film one video and 20 pictures this week, and I'm going to upload them. And that starts bringing in more people as well. And also you find that when people are on the cams with you, they'll then go and watch your content as well afterwards.
Very good. That's very good. So do you use a good equipment? Like maybe there is a model now and she's like, but I cannot start because I don't have a good camera, I don't have a good laptop. So they really need a good equipment to start, or if they have their phone is good enough to create all those content?
Your phone is perfect. I'm not gonna lie. I use my laptop with a built-in webcam. It's only a Chromebook and it's perfect. It was 200 quid from Argos. That's it. But even if you've not got that, if you've just got your phone to use, I have never seen a site that is actually as good to use with your phone as AdultTalk is. It's really, really good to use to cam on your phone. There's no issue with it at all. You obviously your phones these days, the cameras on the phones are so much better than even normal cameras. You know, a lot of the times when we're filming content, we're using iPhones to do so. So don't think that just because you've only got a phone you can't get started. You can. The only thing I would say is make sure you've got good lighting. So obviously if it's daytime, I will sit by a window and use daylight, but I would invest in getting a little ring light as well for in the evening. That's the only thing I would
That's an
suggest.
amazing pro tip there. If a mother is watching now and don't know what to do, there you go. You can start with your phone.
Yeah, you can.
It's
If I
amazing.
started on my phone, well, last year when I came back, because my laptop I had a laptop, it was broke, and I was like, oh, I'm not going to be able to start. And my friends who were obviously on adult work as well, they were like, just use your phone, girl, stop making excuses. I was like, okay. It's really good.
Okay.
It's easy on your phone.
Towards the ends of the show, we have some set questions that we're gonna ask you. They are a pinpoint questions. So I have 5 warm-up adult talk questions, and then Aurora here will have some questions for you. My first question is blow job or a hand job?
Blowjob.
Dog style, 69 or missionary?
Depends what mood I'm in. See, I like that missionary, dead deep, but
All right.
I like doggy style as well, so I'm with a bit of both.
Group sex, like orgy or one-to-one?
Group sex.
There we go. Masturbation solo or with people around, together with somebody?
Oh, solo, because I like to really go for it. And they get in
The
the way.
imagination to grow.
Yeah. Don't disturb me. I'm
Sex
busy.
morning. Okay, sex morning or night?
Morning.
All right. We had a lot of models saying
Morning.
morning, Anna.
That was something
Yeah,
unexpected.
that
isn't
morning
it?
sex, it sets you up for the day. It's the best thing ever.
Yeah, exactly. Aurora?
Okay, now let's go to the part 2 of the ping pong questions. And the first one is describe yourself in just one word.
Chaotic.
What's your ultimate turn on?
Oh, God. Big BBCs.
Kissing or cuddling?
Kissing.
What's your secret weapon to seduce someone?
I don't know, I'm just me, Hannah. Let's have a look at them and they come running.
You are the weapon.
Just
I
you
am the
being you.
weapon.
What's one thing on your bucket list?
I want to go to Bali before the end of the year. So please come and see me
Nice.
on cam because you need to help me pay for it.
My summer destination.
Yeah.
If you could meet and create content with a celebrity, who would that be?
I don't know. Cardi B.
Nice. You go all in, don't you?
She's hot. I really like her.
Maybe she will listen to this podcast at some point.
Maybe, hopefully.
What's the last thing you Googled?
Oh God. I don't know. It would have been something extremely stupid, like, because I'm not stupid, but sometimes I'm a bit blonde, so I can't remember exactly what it was, but it would have been something stupid.
You know, we all do. We all Google these kind of stupid things on a daily basis, so we
Well, I
get
don't
you.
know how we even coped without Google, so I'm always using it, but can't remember the last thing though.
That's fine. What's your ultimate fantasy?
fantasy. To wake up next to a really hot beach with a really fit man serving me breakfast in a pool and 8 hours of sleep after some really hot steamy sex.
In Bali, maybe.
In Bali, exactly, one of them huts in the water with a really fit man looking after me.
Hot one. And the next one is, what's the weirdest place or even situation you've ever had sex?
I have had sex in lots of places. In a taxi, in a car
Whoa.
park, in a bus, in the woods, in a swimming pool, in a hot tub. There's a lot.
So the question would be, what is the weirdest place that you never had sex?
I've never done it on a roof yet.
Right. Well, Bali is coming toward the end of the year.
And the last question is, if you win 1 million today, what's the very first thing you would buy?
Oh my God. I really want to say something sensible, but it would probably be like a new chihuahua or, you know, like, or a goat or something. I'd probably buy like a plot of land with animals. And then I'd be like, oh, look, I've got a farm. And everyone would be like, well, do you know how to run it? And I'd be like, no.
That was an unexpected answer, I would say.
Yeah, I'm
Oh.
crazy.
Guys, don't forget to leave any questions you have for Bonnie Rose in the comments, because we're coming towards the end of the show. So now's your time.
Okay, if a model was starting today and don't know what to do, where to go, they're watching this podcast now or later, and they're thinking, you know what, I'm gonna do like Bonnie, and I'm gonna start with my phone. What your advice would be?
Go onto the site and read everything. Give yourself time to read through everything, because you guys do provide all the necessary things to be able to get started up properly.
Yeah.
And obviously, if you want to use the customer service where you can speak to someone and get help with that. Obviously, as well, I'm part of a group, and if you know someone who's part of a group, that's a really helpful way to start, because then you have a support network in place. I find that is one of the best things that I ever did was become part of a group on Adult Work, because we have like weekly phone calls where we give each other advice and things like that, and like help each other. We have group chats as well, so we can speak to each other, and if there's anything wrong or if we get confused with anything, and I find that that's really, really helpful, especially if you're someone new.
Well, this was a lovely chat. We should schedule again another podcast for you to tell us more stories
Yeah, I
from
would
your
love
years
that.
in the industry. It was very, very nice. I really enjoyed myself, Aurora.
Yeah, so Dwight, it was an interesting conversation actually, and it was our pleasure to actually meet you and tell us your stories.
Yep,
Thank
definitely. So before we go, I would like you to leave a message to everybody who is listening to us, and where they can find you. Although in the description of this video will be a link from your socials, but
Thank
you can also say where they can find you on Instagram or whatever you like.
Yeah, well, my Instagram is it's Bonnie Rose OG, and my Twitter is just Bonnie Rose OG. And if you click on both of them and you click on the link in my bio, you can find my Adult Work link there, and then you can talk to me on there whenever you want.
Perfect.
Also, guys, big shout out to Flame Fantasy. and Doxy Models, because he's cheering for you in the comments, Bonnie.
What she said? Sorry, I didn't hear you properly.
No, she was just commenting the question, the reply you said before about the unexpected farm with animals.
Oh yeah, well, Flame Fantasy is my best friend, and we're in a group together. She's the one that actually kicks my ass if I start slacking on the consistency.
But it's good to have the support of the community, right? So especially when you have a group of friends, it's amazing to have that support.
Yeah, it's amazing. Because you know, everyone has it. Some days you think, oh, what's the point in carrying on? I'm not getting anywhere. But then you've got these group of women that are doing the same thing, and that you say to them, oh, I'm giving up. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. And they're like, you are not giving up, girl. Get on that. Get on this call now. We'll all have like a group call and like tell each other off and just help each other through everything, which is really, really good, because it can get a little bit lonely as well if you're doing this full time. Obviously, not lonely as in you've always got like clients and things to talk to, but to have someone to talk to about the business side of things is really, really good as well, really helpful.
Oh, that was brilliant. Thank you so much once again.
Thank you.
For everybody listen to us, remember there will be links on the description. Remember, share, and also leave your comments there. Leave questions. I'm sure Bonnie can go into the link and on the description. We will reply to you guys there. Again,
Absolutely.
the more you engage, the more we content creators we create for you. So thank you guys so much. We will catch you on the next show or maybe on the next live stream. Thank you, and Aurora.
Yeah, thank you everyone, and bye-bye.
Ciao.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.